Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. How's it going? I am live in the Confident Ladies Club. Let me make sure that this is live in the computer. Let's see. How's everyone doing today? Yes, it looks like we are live. Awesome, awesome. I'm just gonna wait for some of you guys to get here. If you are here, please say hello, send some hearts. Let me know where you guys are coming from. It is a beautiful sunny day here in New York. Let me just mute myself on here. All right, and let me actually link. Hi, Natalie, good morning. Great to see you. How's it going? Yay, and Chandra's here too. Good morning, Chandra. Good to see you. I just posted the link for you guys for the blog post. Chandra and Natalie are both in a group coaching program where I'm doing mindset mentoring for the ladies who are in there. So I get to spend 2 coaching calls a month with the whole group, which is awesome. Oh my gosh, Sandra, I love you. She goes, good morning, I have brownies. So Chandra has done an awesome job, and she has read the blog post for the week, and she also listened to, I don't know if you guys have heard of Anchor. It's a new thing. I saw a few people posting about it on Facebook, but basically it's an app for your phone, and you can record audio clips. So it's supposed to be almost like having your own podcast, but you can go live and people can actually call in and ask you questions. They can comment. It's a really cool platform, and I'm just giving it a shot because I figure, why not just try something else? Yeah, Natalie, it's really neat, right? And I think I saw Chandra joined this morning. And Natalie, are you on there too now? I think I saw you on there. Maybe you had just listened or liked the channel. But yeah, so I'm all about like staying really focused in business and not doing all the things. Oh, good, she's on there. Not doing all the things and not haven't recorded anything yet. Okay, cool. When you record something, ladies, post it in here. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And also it'll help you guys get some followers. But I'm all about like not doing all the things in your business and taking it one step at a time, especially on social media platforms, because that can be really overwhelming when you feel like you need to be everywhere, right? You feel like you need to be on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook groups, Facebook pages, Facebook stories, Instagram lives, Facebook lives. I mean, there's Pinterest, there's everything, LinkedIn, there's so many different platforms, Periscope. So you guys want to really make sure that I always tell people like pick 2 platforms, stick to those, and if they feel like pretty effortless or they feel like they're getting easier, then maybe you can try a third. For me, I've always stuck to Instagram and Facebook. The great thing with those is they are linked, so it makes it really easy. Whatever you're sharing on Instagram, you can share on Facebook. And then also I participate in the Confident Ladies Club where you guys are hanging out today. But recently I've been wanting to just like try something new. I think because since I've come back from maternity, I feel like I haven't launched anything new or done anything like super exciting. So I have this like itch to try something new. And I figured because there's no video, it's really easy for me to just hit the record button and just talk and not have to worry like when I'm feeding the baby, because baby girl loves to eat, and she eats literally every hour and a half to 2.5 hours. So I spend probably 6 to 8 hours a day in my nursing chair. And I have to try to be productive during that time. Sometimes, I just spend it just being in the moment with her, but a lot of the times I need to try to be productive in my business. So I have Google Docs on my phone. I have Dropbox on my phone. I have Mama Nummies are the best. That's so funny. Oh yeah, Natalie, you are a lactation consultant. I remember you were doing that in the past. It's really, really cool. Because there definitely are a lot of frustrations when you're first breastfeeding. You know, just a lot of thoughts like, are you making enough milk and all of that? I always still wonder that myself too. But anyways, so I've spent a lot of time in the nursing chair with baby girl. So that is my time where I get to interact in Facebook, in my Confident Ladies Club group. I get to respond back on Instagram. But sometimes I have these just, when I'm just sitting there and I'm not doing anything at all, I just have thoughts go through my mind. And sometimes I'm like, I would love to just get on a live right now, but the position I'm in, I'm gonna have to hold the phone up here, so it's not gonna work. But now with Anchor, it's great because I can just hit the record of the audio and I can just talk. So I've been calling the different segments that I've done lessons from the nursing chair. So I thought that was sort of fun. It's a little bit different. I'm gonna try it out and we'll see where it goes. So because there's a bunch of you here, why don't we dive in today? One quick announcement. I want to remind you guys that this month is the 2-year anniversary of the Confident Ladies Club Facebook group. And because of that, I started something new with my email list. If you guys aren't on my email list, you're going to want to jump on, make sure, just sign up for a freebie, and that will put you on my email list. And what I'm going to be doing each month is those of you who open emails, read emails, click on the links, like the blog posts and stuff that are within the emails. If I ask and say like, hey, how's it going with X, Y, and Z, and you guys reply back, you actually get points. So the email server that I use has some really cool scoring stuff. So it actually scores people how engaged they are in your emails. And it will tell you, like, you can do some type of report and it will tell you like who your top engaged people are, which is really cool. And it gives people an incentive to actually sit down and read the content. And you know, when you take the time to read stuff, you learn, right? So this is one way to help you guys and encourage you guys to really work on your mindset, work on it in a free way, through a free app, through emails. Oops. How did I do that? I just touched the screen to swipe up a text and I accidentally hit the button. So Natalie, this is something within ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign is my email service provider. I used to use MailChimp, but ActiveCampaign has a lot of other cool features. It's like a CRM system. There's just like a lot of different tagging that you can do to see like what people are interested. So I honestly don't know how to set any of it up. My incredible team does all of it. But yeah, there's a way that you can do that. And if you upgrade to, I think it's like the business version or whatever, you can do this thing called tagging. Not tagging, called scoring. And it will show you who your top engaged email readers are. So with that being said, what's going to happen is each month the top 3 engaged ladies are going to get a 30-minute coaching call with me. So every month 3 women will win a 30-minute coaching call with me. And it's just my way of giving back, my way of saying thank you. Thank you for investing in your mindset, investing in your confidence, participating in the emails that I send out, and just a little bonus. And you know, I love being able to give in my business. It's a big part of my business model. And being out on maternity the last few months, I haven't been able to really find the time to be able to sit down and do one-to-one sessions with people. So free sessions with people. But I am gonna start again and I'm really excited about that. So if anyone else has joined, please say hello, introduce yourself. And let's just dive in. So this week our topic is on sharing and not selling your services. Last week we talked about how to confidently book ideal clients, which I got great feedback from you guys. So many of you loved the email and loved the blog post and loved the concept of sharing your services and not just selling your services, right? Because it can sound scary and it doesn't matter what level of business you're in. For some people, it's just always a scary thing. Like, I've heard of people who have been in business for a long time and they still hate selling, or they say they hate selling. I hate selling so much. I know that maybe I'm okay at it because my business has stayed open, but if it was easier for me, I wouldn't be so stressed out, right? And it wouldn't take so much time. I wouldn't feel like I have to prepare so much when I'm pitching. So you really want to think of your services as sharing and not selling. And I told a little story on my Anchor last night about the first coach that I ever had. And she said to me, because I was really scared about selling, I had been able to invite, and that's another thing that I like to say, rather than sell, I like to invite people to work with me. I like to share about my services instead of like pitching myself or selling or going out and getting clients. I like to just think of it as sharing. It makes it so much easier. But she had told me a little story, and it's about brownies. And you guys had me, oh my God, I was cracking up yesterday because a bunch of you guys had read this blog post and you found little GIFs with brownies, and like there was one with this girl devouring brownies and other one where like powdered sugar was being poured on brownies, and you guys had me cracking up. So it shows that you guys are reading these. And basically what I like to tell my clients, this is what my coach said to me, was if you baked this delicious batch of brownies, and let's just say it was the fall and you went to a high school football game. I just think of like back to high school, homecoming. I still love those games, and we would bring snacks and stuff with us. So you bring this delicious warm batch of brownies. They're ooey, they're gooey, they're chocolatey. Would you just sit there and eat them by yourself, or would you offer to other people, right? Because I'm sure other people see your brownies, they smell your brownies, and they're probably interested, but not always bold enough to say like, hey, can I just have a brownie, right? They're waiting for the invitation. They're waiting for you to share. So that's how you have to think of your services. And most people will say, sure, please, like I'd love to have a brownie. However, sometimes there's people who will say, I'm allergic to whatever is in those brownies. Or, yeah, Jennifer, great to see you. Hello. I'm allergic to what's in those brownies, or I'm maybe on a diet, or I'm watching my sugar, I'm diabetic. Like, you just don't know. People will have some type of reason why they can't accept them, but you're not going to know that until you invite them, until you share and you ask them, would you like a brownie? So think of your services like that, right? When you have something really good that you want to share, whatever your expertise is, if you're a health coach, if you are, you help people with career services, like Chandra, oh, and Chandra just commented, it really hit home because I don't want to be pushy. I think a poverty mindset causes that type of fear, hoarding versus sharing. Yes, yes, yes. And when you are pushy, like people feel that. They take on that energy, because I've been on sales calls myself before with people who I felt were just selling to me, and it just felt so icky and I felt so cornered. But those times where, I just felt like people weren't pushing me, like that makes you feel even more empowered, because you're going to be making this decision on your own. And that's where you want your clients, like that's the place that you want them to come from when you start your relationship with them. Because I've felt that way in the past, and I have before been sort of cornered, like felt cornered in. And if I maybe would have taken more time to think about the investment, I might not have booked the coach, okay? And we all learn through these experiences, and I know how I felt in that experience, and that's the way that I don't want my clients to feel. Like I don't want them to feel like all right, I need to book right now. Like, I want them to be able to go to sleep on it. And I always say, if you wake up and it's not a hell yes, then give it some more time, okay? First, though, evaluate, is it fear that's holding you back, or you're just not really sure if this is the right person that you're gonna hire or the right product that you're gonna buy? Because sometimes fear does get in the way, and you do wanna challenge that. But when someone is buying from you, right, when you're sharing your services, when you're inviting them to work with you, you want them to decide. You want them to come from a place of feeling empowered that they made that decision for themselves. Because if they at all feel pushed into it or talked into it, it's going to start the relationship. Like, the dynamic is not going to be a good dynamic. And what happens with that is that you will feel like there will be this weird tension throughout the relationship, and there will be a lot more pressure on you to perform, for your maybe product to perform. But if the other person is feeling really empowered and they know, they're like, yeah, like, I want to work with you, this is going to work, this is going to help me, the outcome is going to be so much better because there's no resistance. There's only flow in that relationship, and the energy is really positive. So Jennifer said, so true, that off-balance dynamic can lead to resentment on their part. Exactly. And then what happens is you end up having customers who aren't happy, right? They leave the relationship and they feel like, you know, I was talked into this, I was cornered, I didn't share your why always. Hi, Michelle, great to see you. Hello, hello. So yeah, they're not going to feel empowered. And the reason why I truly believe I've always had really good testimonials is because I empower my clients to make that decision. I tell them, if this doesn't feel good, wait on it. Again, if maybe there's some fear in there, like, we can work through that together. Let's talk it out together. You know, if you're fearful of maybe talking to your spouse or your partner about making the investment, let me help you. Let me give you some tips. Because maybe this person, here's the other thing too, is that some women also have a hard time putting themselves first, right? Like, you put everyone else in front of you, whether it's your family, it's your significant other, it's your kids, it's your clients, it's your friends. You put everyone else before you, and there's a lot of guilt around investing in yourself. And sometimes that person is waiting for you to give them permission, just to say, like, hey, I want to invite you to do this. I want to share this with you. I really believe that, you know, if you are 100% in, that this can really help you. And sometimes if you don't ask, that person, like, they just need that little bit of validation to give them permission. And I know, especially, I heard this from one of the guest experts that I had in my inner circle, who's also one of my biz besties, Louise Edu. She works with mompreneurs, and she had mentioned that she notices that often that a lot of women who are mothers have a hard time investing in themselves because they tell themselves, you know what, that money should go to my children, I should start a college fund, I'm being selfish if I put myself first and I invest in myself. But no, that is not the case, because when you do make that decision to invest in yourself, you are going to, and you put 100% into that investment, your business is going to flourish, right? And you are going to make money, and that investment will pay off and will be multiplied, and you will be able to save that much more money for your family. And that's how I look at it right now. Like, I'm very picky and choosy with the investments that I make, because again, yeah, I don't want to just waste money. I don't want to throw money away. I want to make sure that I'm making the most of the money that I have. And when I make an investment, I make sure that, you know, I know that I know and I believe I'm going to get a return on it. And I just made another investment recently in my business to hire someone else to help me with some things. So, you know, I think you really have to look at it again. Yay, Lou is on. Good morning, Lou. Great to see you. You really have to look at this again as sharing and not selling. Think of it as inviting and not being pushy, and giving your client or your customer the space to feel empowered and to make that decision for themselves. So in the blog article, I gave you guys a few different tips or a few different pointers I said, and I'm just going to go over these really quick with you guys. Number one was remind yourself that you have a gift to share. So you have been gifted with whatever that is. If it's maybe you are a Spanish tutor and you're helping people learn a second language. Maybe you are a dog walker and you're really good at nurturing and taking care of people's dogs. You have some type of special gift, and there are people out there who are looking for that gift. Jennifer says, I've seen in my own practice that some clients just need me to help them find the courage to step out. Exactly. It's a leap of faith for many of them, and knowing I'm there every step of the way empowers them. Exactly, Jennifer. That's beautiful. Beautifully said. Very, very true. Yeah, people just need you to help them get the courage at times. And then eventually they'll be able to get the courage themselves. And yeah, Lou said sharing feels so good. Such a great way to think about it. I remember, Lou, that conversation that we had when I told you about sharing your brownies. I can still remember where I was sitting. I think it was our first or second call together, and you were like, really? That's it? That's all I have to do is just share my brownies? And yeah, and then you said you felt so good after when you could just think about it that way and talk to people about your services that way. So again, all of us have a gift to share. Just keep that in mind. There's people out there waiting to receive our gift. Number two, you're robbing from the world if you keep yourself stuck and afraid of sales. Again, don't think of it as sales. Yes, Lou says I still think about that every time. Yeah, I still remember that moment. Real aha moment. So Marie Forleo always says that you're robbing from the world if you don't go out there and share whatever it is you have to share. And I truly believe that, because there are people out there who need whatever it is that you have to offer. I had a need last week in my business, and I was like, who can help me? Like, I really need someone's help right now. I don't know who can help me. And then I realized, oh yeah, I know someone who can exactly help me with this, and went and hired them. And for me, like, it was such a breath of fresh air. I felt so good after I sent them the money over to start working with them, because I'm like, yes, now I can get some help. I can get some support around this area in my business. So again, we all have a special gift, and you just have to go out and share it. Number three, if you don't share it, others who may not be as ethical or full of integrity will. And I want to remind you guys of this, because if you guys are even a little bit nervous about sales, or coming across salesy, coming across sleazy, I know that you have high ethics and integrity. Because if you didn't have a conscience, you would just feel like you could sell anything, right? You could just say, hey, you need this. Like, you would be fine lying or being deceptive to people. But because you care, because you are questioning if you're sounding salesy or sleazy, that means that you do have ethics and you do have integrity. And you are the people who really need to go out there and sell, because you're going to take care of your customers. There are, tons of people in this online space, tons of coaches who can sell you anything, right? Or business owners who can sell you anything. Like, they could sell you, I don't know why I'm thinking of this, a used piece of chewing gum. Don't ask me why that's my example, but that's my example today. But there are people that could sell literally anything, because they're so good at lying and so good at deceiving. So that's all the more reason why you need to go out there and you need to sell, because you have ethics, you have integrity, you do the right thing, and you truly want to help the people that you serve. So that's why, that's like the big thing. Like, that really pushes me. Whenever I've had thoughts of, like those same thoughts of like, am I being salesy or this or that? I just remind myself, I know that I have high ethics and integrity. And if I don't sell myself, if I don't share these gifts, invite people to work with me, other people who don't have integrity or has high of integrity, they're going to do it. All right. So remember that you want to swoop those people up before you want to invite those people in before the other people get to them. Because sadly, I've had person after person come to me and say, like, I had one client who literally her money was just taken from her and she never received services. She signed up, I think it was like a 6-month program with someone. They literally took her money and ran. I've had clients who have said, you know, they just haven't, whoever they hired never delivered what they said they were going to deliver. So that makes me want to go out there even more and share and invite, because I know that I truly take care of my clients. I truly care about my clients. And I know that you guys are the same exact way if you are here and you are listening. So remember that, okay? And number 4, detach yourself from the outcome. When you share, come from a heart of just sharing, not worrying whether, is this person gonna buy? If I say this, are they not gonna buy? Don't worry about that, okay? If this is meant to be your client or customer, it's gonna work out. Like, everything is already set. There's no sense of worrying about it. And that makes it so easy, okay? Again, I was scared of sales calls in the beginning. It really scared me. I wondered if I was saying the right thing. I remember writing a whole script out for myself because I thought I needed a script to do the right thing and say the right thing. But what I've realized is the more laid back I am about it, the easier it is that people accept and they say, yes, I'm accepting your invitation. I am going to work with you. Natalie says, excellent recommendations. You just helped me with my, I don't know what that is, USP. Natalie, what does that mean? Hi, Iga. Great to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. She says, this is awesome. Love it. Awesome. Yay. Lou says, that's such a good point, to let go of the outcome and focus on what you have to provide and share. Exactly. Because if you think about the outcome, it's too stressful. Sales don't have to. Oh, unique. Natalie, I don't know any of these acronyms, but unique selling proposition. Yes. Yes. Totally get it now. Thank you for clarifying that for me. I just lost my train of thought. Guys, baby brain, okay? Mama brain. Lost my train of thought. What if they truly want to work with you but don't have the money? Do you adjust your fees? So that's really up to you, Chandra, okay? No, Natalie, don't worry, not your fault. What I like to say is, when people really want to work with me but they don't have the money, you can offer them, like what I always do is I'll offer them whatever free resources I have. So I have like tons of free workshops I've done, tons of free worksheets, things I've put together, blog posts. I will send all that information over in an email to them. I'll give them other low-cost recommendations and really support them in getting to a place where they can start to bring a little bit of money in, or they can start to feel a little more empowered to invest in themselves. But on the other hand, you know, I think for every person, I think no matter what circumstance you're in, like, money is always going to be a little bit tight, right? Like, I think most people have some type of credit card debt, or a mortgage on their house, or a loan on their car, or a student, you know, a student loan from their college or their education. So sometimes people just need you to give them the permission to say, like, you know, I've personally, whenever I put, and this might be a little bit too personal of information I'm sharing, but it's fine. I put everything on my credit card, everything that I buy, even like payments to my team. I put everything on my credit card because it builds points, and I get to get gift cards and special things. I get flights for free, hotels for free. It's pretty awesome. But what I do is I pay it off right away. And there have been times in my business where, you know, I've made really big investments and I haven't been able to pay it off right away, but that's okay because I know eventually it will pay off. So for me, that's a personal thing that I do, and that feels good for me. Like, I'm not scared of putting things on a credit card because I know and believe that whatever I invest in, I'm going to put 100% into, and I'm going to get that return back. And that's the thing. You want to come from a place of pure confidence that when you're investing in something, you know, like, there's no fear behind the money because you know that you are going to work your tail off and you are going to do what you have to do to get that money back. So just a thought, Chandra. I'm looking at baby girl in there. She's so precious. Let's see. Jennifer says, letting go of the attachment to the outcome has really helped me not have as much anxiety when presenting my offer. Wait, when sharing my brownies. Jennifer, I love you. That's so funny. Lou says, thanks so much. Have to run. Have a call with my biz buddy. Talk to you in a few hours. Yes! I'm actually doing something called a planning party with my Inner Circle ladies at noon, which I'm so excited about. We are all joining together to do something really awesome that will be announced probably mid-October, and something that is going to launch or come out in November. So all of us in Inner Circle are going to do a planning party together today, and then we have our group coaching call together. So excited about it. And actually, Chandra, that's another thing, is you could have some low-cost offers for the people who can't afford your big packages. So, you know, for me, you know, I have like my visibility course, which is a really low cost program where people get tons of value, you know, and they can really start building their business through that. Then, you know, I have my Inner Circle, which is a great way to get coaching. You know, there's 4 group coaching calls a month, so people can show up to the call, they can get one-to-one coaching, hot seats, and you know, you can get all your questions answered that way. There's tons of other resources in there, guest experts, different master classes. So, you know, down the road, you can create like basically a library of all of the freebies, all of these other little offers that you have, and create like some type of program like that if that's what you want, or just something small that you can offer those people who can't afford, say, your 3 or 6 month package. And Jennifer says, I've redesigned one of my previous group coaching programs into a study at your own pace home program, which will be a lower cost option for those who need it. I love that. I really love that, because everyone has to start somewhere. And personally, like when I started, I took B School, and it was a big investment, but it really laid the foundation. It gave me all those things that I needed to learn about starting an online business. Maybe I didn't have $5,000 or didn't want to invest $5,000 or $10,000 in a coach at that time, and that was okay. We all start small and we work our way up. And then once I, you know, made that return from B School, that's when I said, hey, I'm going to hire my one-to-one coach. And since then, you know, that's how I've made all of my investments in my business. So the last piece here is every single sales call or brownie call, go into it with a take it or leave it mindset. This is something that I implemented, I think it was December or January. I told my team, I said, hey guys, 2017 for me is the year of take it or leave it. It's a new mindset I'm going into. You know, before, it's not that I didn't believe it, but again, hi, Ziri, it's great to see you. That first full year of business, there were still some times where I felt like, maybe I need to do this. Like so-and-so is teaching about this. Maybe I do need to do this. Maybe I do need the standard 6-month package with 3 sessions, unlimited access, that type of thing. But then I realized later in the year of my first year of business, you know what? I truly believe it doesn't matter. No matter what I put out there, if I have the mindset of, if this is for you, you're going to take it. If it's not for you, you're going to leave it and you're going to find someone else to work with. And you know what? That really worked. And that was my whole mindset when I knew I had to start planning to go out on maternity. And I said to people, I said, hey guys, I have a couple spots left for one-to-one coaching. I'm literally going to close my coaching down until July when I'm back from maternity. And if you want to work with me now, awesome. I'm here, I'm available. If not, that's fine. Maybe you'll want to work together in July, but it's now or not for a while. And once I had that mindset, like it made sales even that much more effortless, even that much easier. So just think of it that way. You know, you don't want to have to talk people into working with you. You don't want to have to, you know, prove yourself, right? Like, it's not fun. I remember when I used to work for, you know, different agencies and I didn't have my own business, like having to go on an interview. First of all, like having to impress them with the resume, then having to impress them with the cover letter, and then the first phone call, and then the first interview, and then the second round of interviews, and then the first week at the office, and then the first month, and then when you move yourself up, then impressing the bigger boss. Like, it was just exhausting, right? It doesn't have to be that way when you own your own business. Yes, you want to be professional. Yes, you you want to show your best work, but there should be no reason that you have to just sit there and like try to do all these things and say the right things to prove yourself. People want to work with you, they're going to work with you. This is so true. I'm walking into this mindset as we speak. It's completely aligned. Yay! I'm so happy to hear that. And actually, I had a conversation with a client yesterday because we were talking about getting onto Facebook Live and doing video. And she was saying, you know, I don't know if I feel so comfortable going onto Facebook Live unless I have my hair done, unless I have makeup on. And I wanted to really challenge her because I said to her, you know, it could be two things, okay? One is that some people just love, like, there's people who don't want to leave the house without having their hair and makeup done, or without having like regular shoes on and not sneakers on, or who can't leave the house in yoga pants. They need jeans on. And that's fine because that's who you are. But if that's not who you are, if you are the type of person who doesn't like to wear makeup, you don't like to have to straighten your hair or curl your hair or do a special hairdo, I truly believe you don't need to show up like that online. You just need to show up exactly as you are. And I said, and she was like, but I'm afraid that I'm going to feel, or I'm going to look unprofessional. And I said to her, I challenged her. I said, I want you to be completely honest with me, and I want you to tell me, do you think I'm unprofessional? Because I usually wear yoga pants. Today I actually have jean shorts on. And I usually do not do anything special to my hair, and I don't wear makeup. Every now and then, some interviews, you will catch me with a little bit of makeup on, or if I do a video where, like, I don't know, I had just gone to some type of event or something, I may have makeup on. But other than that, I just show up as I am, because this is why. If I felt the pressure to come onto Facebook Live and always be done up and look nice, right? Like have my hair done, curled or straightened, have makeup on, I would never show up on Facebook Live. Maybe I would do it once a month, because that's maybe the amount of time that I actually put into getting myself done up. So I knew if that was going to be a barrier, like, I'm not going to let that be a barrier, okay? If people don't like me the way that I am, that's fine. And that's my take it or leave it mentality. And that's what I want to invite you guys to do today. I want you to get into the mindset of take it or leave it, right? You showing up exactly as you are, who you are all the time, because it makes it so much easier, right? And that's why people say, like, oh, you don't really take time off from your business, or, although I do take time off, or, you know, you, like, when you go away, like, you still talk to your clients, you still book calls. And I say yes, because for me, it feels good having no separation. And for some people that may be like completely a no-no, but for me, it feels good. Like, I just am always me, right? Like, my friends see me on here. This is how I always am. So I don't have to change the way that I am for my business. And it makes it so easy. That's what makes it easy, is because I'm just showing up. So again, let me know if you guys have questions, comments, anything came up about the brownie sharing today. I actually want to give a shout out to the first coach they ever had who taught me about the brownies, and that was Bailey Fruman. She's awesome. And I just thank her for helping me early on by sharing that story, because now I get to share it with you guys and help you guys. So yeah, let me know if you guys have questions, comments, and I can't wait to share. I wrote a couple of blog posts the other day, and they're really good. I can't wait to share them with you guys the next couple of weeks. But I really appreciate all you guys for showing up today. Remember, again, if you're not on my email list, make sure you're on the list, because my top 3 engaged email subscribers are going to get 30-minute coaching sessions each month. And if it is, I am gonna tell you guys this, if it is the same person every single month, we are gonna have to like give someone else a chance. So, you know, I will tell you guys that, like, you know, if you do win, let's say for September, you know, you're probably not gonna win for October, okay? And I don't want you to not engage anymore, but I just, you know, guys know I'm transparent. I want to be open and honest with you guys. I really want to give other people a turn to get a free call too. So, and as I'm looking right now, there are a bunch of people who are tied. So there's actually like 12 people who are tied at the top. So what I'm going to have to do is, because there's so many people tied right now, if it's the same way at the end of the month when we go to pick the winners for September 1st, I'm just going to have to put everyone in a hat and take 3 names out of a hat. So, yay, Jennifer, it was great to see you. Chandra, Zeres, Alicia's here. We had Lou, Natalie, Iga. We had so many fun people here today. Christina, so great to see you all. Nicolee, Michelle, awesome. So guys, have a great Wednesday, and I will chat with you guys in the Facebook group. Take care.